Do not worry. It's going to get a lot worse. What's going on, guys? It's Ricky with TechBud Solutions. And actually, believe it or not, I'm actually long on the market. We just wrapped up our live trading session with the LPP team today, and we kept it super simple. Markets are selling off, and there is a lot of uncertainty going into this weekend. And really, in reality, going into the weekend, that's where most of the attacks happen. That's where most of the fear and the selling pressure happen. It's on Monday where Trump normally sends a tweet, markets recover, and then that's a different story. So this is actually a rare kind of like series of events where we're not only selling off on a Friday, but we're actually aggressively down. NASDAQ markets to lows of 567. Now we are officially at one of the lowest points since September of 2025. So yes, the market has seen a substantial pullback, at least in the past few days. NASDAQ is down 1%. Yes, it is a red day. It's not that significant. At least not in my opinion. I think it's more based off of the continuation. What we experienced yesterday, also there was a slight recovery overnight, but then it's given it all back. This is what we know so far. Over $500 billion has been wiped from the US stock market. BTC is now officially below 66K, but again, for how long, right? That being said, Iran blows up another tanker in the Strait of Hormuz. IRGC confirms that the Strait of Hormuz is closed. And then Iranian media is saying that if the goal of the US and Iran war is now to open up the Strait of Hormuz, then why did they even start the war if it was already opened? Again, really calling out the US for, I would say, more of like false headlines or false intentions. Which again, I'm not here to say obviously I'm on the US side, no question about it. But I think it's very interesting that normally we only just hear from one side, and that's the US, that's from Trump. He is who influences the market. Now we have another party taking it to social media and sharing their side. Like, dude, if that was your original intention, you should have never attacked us in the first place, and calling them out on their BS. And it's affecting the market, and it's affecting the bond market. There's a lot of uncertainty happening, and it seems like Trump's tweets are not working as they once were, at least right now, right? But maybe this weekend can be a little bit different because things do look worse. There's a lot of fear in the market, especially with bond yields. The IRGC says that the Strait of Hormuz is closed and that any transit through the waterway will face harsh measures. 3 container ships of various nationalities were turned back from the Strait of Hormuz after warning from the IRGC Navy media reports. So again, now they're turning back tankers. So this shows that now oil prices are likely to rise even higher and markets could drop even more. Iran says that it did not request a 10-day pause on energy strikes. Trump said that the pause was based off of Iran's request. So again, it's so much back and forth about, well, he said and I said and they said and it's true and it's not true. And then you have people like you and I that are just like, dude, we don't know who to believe, right? Obviously, I'm in the U.S. and I'm all for the U.S. No question about that. But I wouldn't find it hard to believe that Trump is lying about a handful of these different things to kind of like push a narrative that we are winning it more, maybe more than what we actually are. No question do I believe that we have the stronger military. It doesn't really matter what I think when it comes down to that. It's just like you can still be on the side of the U.S. with still acknowledging that, yeah, Trump does open his mouth a lot, and unfortunately not everything that gets shared is true, right? The thing that I want to remind you is that, yes, the NASDAQ market is in the red. Yes, the NASDAQ market is down, and things can get worse before they get better. No question about it. But my reminder to you is over the weekend, like, what are your intentions for today? Because as of right now, at least from when the market's opened, we have seen some continuation. So if you're trying to make money intraday, are you choosing to short the market? Or is there enough consolidation and is it oversold enough that maybe you're looking to go long? I'd be very careful. Again, although I decided to go long, my trade is not your trade. I'm okay with taking the risk, but again, I'm not a beginner and I can manage and mitigate, these series of losses. If you're a beginner and you're just getting started, be careful, be intentional, and watch your position size. Don't use leverage during an uncertain time, and don't go all in with 100%. One of the worst things that you can do. Now is also, again, I want to remind you, now is the time, especially for my daughter and my son's account, where I'm choosing to buy up small pieces of good, fundamentally good companies to invest in long term. Microsoft, Meta, Google. Things can get worse before they get better. But if you look at the overall larger picture for a lot of these different companies, especially for something like Meta on the day chart, Meta is incredibly oversold. And yes, it can continue to get worse. The same thing when it comes down to Microsoft. If we look at Microsoft and where it's at, it's incredibly oversold. But guess what? Yes, things can get worse. But fortunately for them, they're not going to need this and they won't have access to it maybe for the next 18 to 20 years. So my focus is very simple. Anytime that there is uncertainty and markets are dropping, my job is to take advantage of the deals that present themselves and do it in a tasteful way. I'm not buying in large chunks that if it continues to sell off, I get devastated. No, in a tasteful way, I buy what I think makes sense at the current, based off of current events and current uncertainty. And if markets do begin to recover, then I can decide to add more. If markets continue to sell off, I still have more cash on the sidelines to buy more. Watch your position size and be intentional and understand the timeline. If you're focused on day trades, make sure that direction is in your favor today. If it's not, then stay cash. If your intentions are swing trades or investments, then understand that things can get worse before they get better and watch your exposure. Again, we talk about this all in so much more detail. It might seem like it's a little overcomplicated. It's not. You just have to be intentional. You have to look at the ratios and making sure that the trade or the investments actually meet your criteria. I talk about this every single morning with our LPP team in our live trading session. And like I said, it's designed for complete beginners whenever it is that you're ready. It's the second link in the description down below. You can sign up, begin to review the course material over the weekend, and start watching me trade live as soon as Monday. It's a one-time payment, lifetime access. It breaks down to less than $1.10 a day. So whenever it is that you're ready, second link down below, you can sign up, and I'll see you on Monday for our live trading session. Like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take care, team.